Hey there, toy collector friends and Lego fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time traveling toy collector, and in today's video we are looking at something that I haven't really looked at on this channel before. I've talked about it in the past, but I've never really looked at it, never really done anything with it, and that's Lego. Now, Lego is an amazing collectible toy, and I'll say it's a toy because I think it was originally designed from a toy perspective. But as I think we all know, much like so many other things in toy collecting now, there's a really large adult market for collecting Lego. And I think there's so many sublines, there's so many various other elements that come into play now, where Lego has really sort of permeated. It's been in the public, it's been in the sort of cultural zeitgeist for goodness knows how long, but I think it's wrong of me to not sort of have any referencing to Lego, and it felt appropriate because now we are at the time of recording this, we're about to go into June 2026, and June 2026 is Pride Month internationally, or pretty much internationally. And so this is something from a few years back, which I picked up, but never actually got round to building. So I thought, well, actually, this is really, I haven't done anything for Pride Month or for other stuff. So I thought, well, why not have a bit of a crossover as I go into June on the channel, because I've picked up this, which is, I think, a really, really interesting piece from the wonderful folks at Lego, and it is essentially, the sort of it's the rainbow flag, isn't it? Along with rainbow people, and it's the everyone is awesome set, and I think that is a beautiful, beautiful message. Now, whether it's a pride-related message, whether it is in fact simply the message that you're seeing right here, because everyone is awesome, and I think the sooner people all just realize that, the happier and better place the world will be. And that, this sort of messaging equally applies to the collecting world, whether people like to collect. This is a statement on diversity, and our as a toy collecting community, let's make it personal to ourselves, about our own inclusive approach, because some people like to keep things in boxes, some people like to take things out of boxes, some people like to take things out of boxes and put them back in boxes, some people like to take stuff out, pose it, play with it, take photos of it, some people like to take it out, stick it in a cabinet, and possibly never touch it again. There's lots of differences in our own community. And we see sometimes in chats on other people's YouTube channels, I witness it, people going, oh, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. They're not doing it wrong. How can they be doing it wrong? Because they're doing what they want to do. It's their collection. And I think this is sort of a mindset that is, I know you don't do that. It's other people that do that. But I'm just sort of sharing it with you now, because it just strikes me that this core message that, everyone is awesome, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People should be allowed to be who they are. As long as you're not hurting people, breaking any laws. Well, that's probably pretty much it. Oh, and including hurting yourself in the process. Tell my wallet that. But yeah, so I'm aiming for a kind of general inclusions message here, folks. But really, at the bottom of that, it's a case of an overpoweringly, I would like to think, overpoweringly obvious message is, you know what, just be kind to people. Just be kind. If you're just kind to other people, you don't have to worry about everything else. Because if you're being kind, all the inclusivity stuff, all of that kind of thing takes care of itself. Do you know why? Because you're being kind to each other. We're all being kind to each other. And again, I see people who I think just react in the moment and write some comments. I mean, I make a point now of saying, where I can remember, to be kind in the comments, because if you're not kind, you're not going to be in my comments. You're coming out. And people just, they say things, and you think, reread what you've just written. Whether it's replying to someone that's commented or they're making a comment to me. Now, I'm quite thick-skinned, I can take stuff. But by the same token, I don't want to take stuff. And I'm certainly not going to let other people who've been kind enough to comment on my channel and say positive things and share their insights and their opinions, respectfully share their opinions. I'm happy for that. I want you to do that. I want us to have the differences of opinions, make a fantastic world. Makes an interesting world. I learn stuff. Hopefully other people learn stuff. We all learn stuff. We're learning every day, aren't we? Let's be honest. If we're open to learning every day, we learn every day. So I'm not getting political about this, because this isn't a political statement. This is just me from a human being perspective, talking to other human beings who are collectors. Let's just model being kind, okay? Because if you're modeling being kind, what harm could you do by being kind? So that's today's message. Don't mean it to be lectury. Don't mean it to be woke or whatever. I'm just saying, just be kind. Because actually, if you can find a reason to argue with the mission of just being kind, you probably need to have a bit of a look at yourself. Because why would you not want to be kind? What is the counter argument to that? And if it doesn't get you anywhere, why are you being kind to get yourself somewhere? Why can't you just be kind for the benefit of everybody? But you know what? People will be people, and I'm almost looking forward to what certain people might say in the comments. But I don't mind, because that's what, you know, it's here. I'm here to provoke thoughts and that sort of nonsense, I suppose. But be kind, and if you're not kind in the comments, you won't stay in the comments. But anyway, that's just a little preamble, and certainly more of a preamble than I was anticipating doing. Lego. I did collect Lego. Collect Lego is probably not fair. I didn't collect Lego. I amassed some Lego as a child in the early 80s, and it was space Lego, and I think I've spoken about it a couple of times before. Space Lego was really what I had. I did have one basic Lego set. I think I was given that on a very early birthday present. And I always remember going back to it, and actually it would be like a Saturday afternoon. It's amazing what you remember. I would be sitting, I remember sprawling on the floor with my mum, and we'd build stuff with my Lego set. And we'd usually default to trying to build a house. It had a few of those little doors and the little shutter windows. A proper 1980s old school Lego set. But mostly my stuff was, so that already is triggering lots of very happy, fond memories of my childhood, is sitting, lying there with my mum, playing with this Lego set that I know I got for either Christmas or birthday. I think it was Christmas. I think I actually I asked Santa one Christmas for some Lego, and I got the Lego set, and I was beyond delighted, and quickly learned that I wasn't very good at building Lego randomly, because it was one of those Lego sets where you had tons of bricks and doors and windows and this, that and the other, but no instructions. You could just build what you liked. So invariably it ended up I was building the same sort of houses over and over again. And it was lovely, but it did sort of begin, it was, as a concept, it died, it sort of it started to you know, send me down a path of going, yes, I love this miniature world concept, which is kind of something that's stuck with me since. But as I was saying, my main thrust of Lego was space Lego, even from the little tiny sort of hovering ships to some of the moon sort of building equipment and construction stuff, to some of the slightly larger space cruisers and the rocket encampment, the rocket launching base, and all of that stuff with the wonderful platform stuff. Yeah, loved it. Really loved it. So it's really fascinating to me to see everything that's come since, as Lego has evolved over time, because now you can see there are some epically expensive sets, massive numbers of piece count, huge, and there's such a, I mean, what I really want, and I'm going to do it, is get someone who's very Lego orientated on the channel, and we can have a chat about that, because I think Lego collecting is such an underexplored on this channel facet of toy collecting, and I'm probably not the one to do it justice, so I will get someone on who can do that. Watch this space. But what I have got is this Everyone is Awesome set from Lego, and that's what we're going to look at in more detail, and I'm also going to build it up so I can put it on display somewhere, and it'll be my first recreated Lego set ever. And so, yeah, let's get it unboxed and let's see what's going on. Before I do that, just remains for me to say at this point, the YouTube essentials, and you know what they are. Yeah, firstly, if you could like the video, that would be amazing, particularly if you believe in being kind. If you watch this far and you believe in being kind, like the video. Secondly, if you don't currently subscribe to the channel and you're new here, hello, welcome to the channel. It would be amazing if you could actually drop a subscription to the channel, because that helps me enormously, and it also then helps boost the channel to the very people who like the sort of things that you like. And assuming you're the sort of person that likes kindness, this is a perfect video for them. Also, feel free to share the video. It's not restricted. You can share it if you wish. Anyway, if you want to do all those things, that's great. It would be wonderful. If not, that's absolutely fine. Let's get to the main event. I'm going to flip everything around and we can check out this Lego set. Let's go. Okay, so here we are with the box all ready to be unboxed and looked at. And there's a really interesting feature here I'm going to point out. Now, the box, you'll probably notice, looks a little bit battered and all the rest of it, and that's because it is a little bit battered along the top. As I say, I picked it up a little while ago, not with the view of keeping it as a collectible or anything like that. Actually, with the view to getting it made, because I was out shopping. I can even remember who I was with. And it was in the window. We walked past the Lego shop and it was in the window, and I thought, that looks, because it's just different, it was just sort of different, and I like the messaging of it. Now, absolutely, I get the color scheme and the relevance of the rainbow flag colors, and the evident support for the LGBTQ plus community. But as I was saying sort of in my intro, it also speaks to an even wider message, because, you know, if we take this message, everyone is awesome, then you know what? That's everyone. And we're including everybody, no matter what particular colour on the flag best represents you, no matter what colour in general best represents you, or what may or may not be perceived as factors that could be, you know, seen by the small-minded and narrow-minded out in the world. Fortunately, none of whom watch this channel. But you know, there are unfortunately some people who don't understand the concept of being kind and aren't of the view that, you know, everyone is awesome. Everyone has the potential to be awesome. I think that's a really important message. And sometimes people make a choice and it's the wrong choice. And the choice is to not be awesome, to not be kind. And unfortunately, that can make other people's lives a bit of a misery. But you know what? On this channel, visiting here in my comments, you be who the hell you want to be, because you are, quite frankly, as awesome as it gets. So enough of this. Let's take a look at this really lovely, well, the box, it doesn't do, they're not trying to flog it. That's what I like. It just is what it is. I love this aerial shot too. I'm going to try and make this. My money is on the fact that it's going to be a disaster. But you know what? In for a penny. You also get, as we see, all these fabulous different multicolored people, and it's just fantastic. On the back, this is interesting. So there's 346 pieces. Oh my god. But okay, and it's for 18 plus. So for some reason, this particular set isn't for children. It's not a children's set. Now, I don't know why it's 18 plus. So if anybody knows why, please let me know in the comments down below, because for me, that seems a bit peculiar. I'm assuming, but it's just an assumption, that because some of the pieces are quite small, children could possibly eat them. But to be perfectly honest, I think if you're over 10, probably I'm doing 8 and 9-year-olds a disservice there. Actually, if you're over 6, I would have thought you're not going to be eating bits of plastic. But you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and my experience of children is different to the slightly wider global child marketplace. I used to have hair like that. How frightening is that? Yeah. So for some reason, it's 18 plus. So if you know why it's 18 plus, and you know the real reason why it's 18 plus, then please do let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, the box is the box, and it isn't what we're here for. So I'm going to just go right ahead and slide in there, cut through that. I don't know if there's any on the side. Doesn't seem to be. My blade just fell off, so I'm just going to move that very carefully because it's very sharp. And of course, this is the thing. This is one of the things that sends me over the edge now. So let me just do that, and we can part ways with the box for the here and the now. But let me just see if I can sort of lift this up a bit so you can see what's facing me now. It's all of this. Now again, I get. Oh, sorry, let me just straighten myself up. I get it. But this is, as I say, this is the sort of thing that really and truly, it just sends me over the edge, because I start thinking, oh my God, I am never, ever going to be able to do this. Another bag here. So many tiny bits. But you know what? When I was a kid and I had my Lego set, it had lots of tiny bits like this in, and I was allowed to handle it. This is presumably the base plates, blah, 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 and the very colourful Lego instructions on both sides. Let's have a quick look at what the instructions look like, because again, for me, it's been an age since I've had instructions for a Lego kit. As I say, I think the last Lego kit I did have was the space Lego. So you know, I haven't, and of course, me being me, I like the instructions because, again, as I mentioned, me and Lego, love the concept, but I'm not somebody that can just build from scratch. So here's the booklet. I'm guessing this is right. So we go inside. I love how they make it look so simple. Don't they make it look simple? Yeah, put all the people together. And that's what we'll end up with. This sort of staggered, let's see what it shows us at the back end. So that's a list of all the different bricks that are included, I think. Feedback and win. Yeah, that's what we'll end up with, he says. Fantastic, what could possibly go wrong, he says. And then we just insert the figures, yeah. There for the top, brilliant. I mean, you know, it's been, as I say, it's been a very, very long time since I've done anything Lego-y. So I'm kind of excited to do it, and I'm also kind of a bit nervous because, you know, it is a little bit daunting. But you know what? I'm actually gonna do it now, and I'll let you know how it goes. So don't touch that dial. Hey folks, I'm just dropping back in, just because I'm just sort of unbagging everything, and I'm sure there's a process to this that I'm not following. But I've just sort of scooped out all of the bits and pieces I can find for the various people, and this is already, this is getting me on two levels. Level one is, it's just so much fun, knowing that I'm going to be building all these different people from these different component parts. That's the first thing. The second thing is, oh my heavens, it's like a ridiculous jigsaw puzzle that's making me feel sick, because there's just so many pieces to it. It really is something else. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you. This has taken me about 10 minutes to get through the various packets to find all the pieces, because the legs are not all in the same bag, the torsos aren't in the same bag, the hair pieces and the heads are not all in the same bag, so you've got to really rummage around the bags, which I suppose for some people is fun. I haven't found that fun. I wanted them all to be in the same bags, but I know that's a me thing, and not a general thing. But it's looking very bright and colourful, so I'm here for it. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with the build. Just thought I'd drop in and let you know. Oh my word, folks, that has taken me, let me have a look, that's taken me about an hour and 45 minutes, which isn't that long. but it's quite a long time, and that was for how many pieces? 300 odd pieces. Now it's a really sturdy build. I have to say, I'm really impressed. We've got all of the little people, which we'll look at in a second, and we've got this base, which is really well put together all the way along. And it's just, from an engineering point of view, which some of you will be aware that I'm quite a fan of, good engineering. This is really well put together, really solid. Not a piece wasted. It's just lovely. I can't say it's therapeutic. I can see how it could be, but I think because I knew I had some time frames today to work to, I think I felt a bit like time was against me. So in the real world, if I was doing this purely for pleasure, as in the build for pleasure, I think I probably would have just set myself some more time. I'd have had more space to work in, and I'd just have had fun putting it together. As it was, I had fun putting it together, and also I got into my own rhythm, because the way it's built up alternates between different sort of pieces. But the way the booklet shows you to do it is to go the back first, then put in these other bits, then do the front, then do the sides, and then move up a tier, and so on and so on. And actually, you can speed that up, because because it mirrors each side. If you pull two out each time, you can put the two blacks, the two browns, the two blue reds, all the way along. Then put the middle bit in, then the end bits, and then the next layer, which probably doesn't shave off a lot of time, and probably is flying in the face of the idea of it, some of you might tell me. But to be honest, it worked for me, and it was quite cool. So now we're going to put the figures onto the display, and we're going to have a look at them, because each of them has got their own sort of unique little look with the hair. I think that's just hilarious, dare I say. And of course, you've got the standard sort of Lego pins there for the feet. Sorry, those two. But yeah, so there's another hairdo. That one's kind of standard. Obviously, well, you saw already, you have to build the little men up. I think I've got to move the arms out of the way so that that'll sit nicely on there. What we got next? Red. So here's the red one. Spiky hair. Red's a punk. Love it. Move the arms down so they can all fit. Is that on? Yep. Where's orange? Here we go. Orange has got some funky hair. Very nice indeed. Let's get orange in situ. There we go. Yellow's next. Yeah, as I said, I used to have hair like that. That screams 1970s, early 80s kid. I have every sympathy there. Green next. Here we go. This is a bit more cascading hair, giving me some Charlie's Angels vibes, original Charlie's Angels vibes. Yeah, it's noticeable that you need to keep that right arm, left as you look at it, but the right arm down so that they can actually all fit in. This guy has got a bit of a quiff, a bit pseudo 10th Doctor meets 11th Doctor, actually, but that's cool. Here comes the purple one. Oh yes, that's giving me beehive love, which is great. So it really, it is really all about including absolutely everyone. Light blue, powder blue. That's more of my hair from the later 80s and to most of the 90s. Give or take some experimental hairdos we won't talk about. Then we have the white one, which is all kind of pulled forward. Very lovely. And last but by no means least, we have the pink one. So you can see the detailing on that hairdo, and they fit there. And there you go. And what a wonderful display that is. All the different people standing on their respective lines. I think that looks really, really nice. Really, really solid. You can pick it up. You can put it however you wish to put it. But it's a really great lineup. And I think that looks, as a piece, display piece, I think that looks really great. And before I go, I just wanted to show you this. This is the instruction booklet. And just on the inside, what I was saying at the very beginning, before I'd opened this up. So this is from the Vice President of Lego at the time, Matthew Ashton, who's said this. I want to create a model that is a symbol of inclusivity. Check. That celebrates everyone, check, no matter how they identify or who they love. Everyone is unique, and with a little more love, acceptance and understanding in the world, we can all feel free to be our true awesome selves. Couldn't agree more. Matthew, brilliant. This model is to show that we care and that we truly believe everyone is awesome. We hope you'll build this model and display it with pride. See what you did there? It's a celebration of love and a celebration of you. And that's absolutely bang on. And of course, Everyone is Awesome is also a bit of a play on there. Everything is Awesome, which is the sort of the key song from the Lego movie. So don't think that hasn't gone unnoticed, because it certainly has. This is really nice piece, really nice piece. And I love the messaging behind it. I love the idea behind it. And I love just how cool it looks actually as a display piece. It's got quite a presence to it. So let me know, folks, what do you think? Have you picked this up? Do you like Lego? Are you a Lego collector? Tell me your thoughts about Lego down below. What's your favourite Lego piece that's in your collection? Is Lego something I should do more of? I'm here to hear your thoughts. Once again, thank you for spending your time with me. I've been the Triple TC, that's the Time Travelling Toy Collector. Just remains for me to remind you all to be kind out there. You don't need me to remind you that, I know. If you could like the video if you haven't, and you could subscribe if you haven't, then again, friendly reminder for that. But otherwise, I'm just glad you were here watching me put together this symbol of inclusivity around the world. And I very much hope to see you in a future video. It just, of course, remains for me to say that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Take care. Bye-bye for now.